the silent threat in your blood. Why insulin resistance is the hidden epidemic destroying health worldwide. Most people think of insulin as something only diabetics worry about. But what if we told you that insulin resistance is silently affecting more than 1 billion people globally, many of whom have no idea it's happening? This hidden epidemic is at the root of some of the most common and deadly health problems of our time, including obesity, heart disease, type 2 diabetes, fatty liver, infertility, and even Alzheimer's disease. Let's break it down in simple terms. When you eat food, especially carbohydrates, your body breaks it down into glucose or sugar, which enters your bloodstream. Your pancreas then releases insulin, a hormone that acts like a key, helping your cells absorb the sugar for energy. But here's the problem. Over time, with frequent spikes in blood sugar, from processed foods, sugary drinks, constant snacking, and sedentary lifestyles, your cells become less responsive to insulin. That's insulin resistance. The body tries to compensate by making more insulin. But eventually, this compensation fails. Blood sugar rises, inflammation increases, and damage begins, often silently for years. This is where the real danger lies. According to the CDC, more than 96 million adults in the US year, that's 1 in 3, have pre-diabetes, a condition primarily driven by insulin resistance. And over 80% of them don't even know it. But insulin resistance doesn't wait for a diagnosis. It begins affecting your health long before blood sugar reaches diabetic levels. Let's talk about the visible signs. Fatigue after meals, constant hunger or sugar cravings, difficulty losing weight, especially around the belly brain fog, dark patches of skin, especially around the neck or underarms, high blood pressure, and abnormal cholesterol, and it's not just adults. Insulin resistance is rising fast among children and teens, thanks to ultra-processed diets, sugar-sweetened beverages, and more screen time than ever before. Let's take a real-life story. Lisa, a 35-year-old teacher, struggled with weight gain, irregular periods, and mood swings. Her doctor dismissed her symptoms as stress. But further tests showed early insulin resistance. With some dietary changes and a regular walking routine, Lisa reversed her symptoms within 6 months, before it progressed to type 2 diabetes. That's the hopeful part. Insulin resistance is reversible, but only if caught early. Now let's look at the science. A landmark 2009 study published in Diabetologia found that insulin resistance precedes type 2 diabetes by 10 to 15 years. Another study published in The Lancet linked insulin resistance to increased risks of cardiovascular disease, even in people who are not overweight. And one of the most alarming connections, insulin resistance and Alzheimer's disease. Some scientists now refer to Alzheimer's as type 3 diabetes because of the way insulin dysfunction affects the brain. So what's driving this global crisis? The biggest culprits are 1. Processed and refined foods. White bread, sugary cereals, soda, candy, pastries. These spike blood sugar rapidly, forcing the body to release massive amounts of insulin. 2. Sedentary lifestyles. Sitting for long periods reduces your cell's insulin sensitivity. Even short bursts of movement throughout the day can make a difference. 3. Chronic stress and poor sleep. Cortisol, the stress hormone, increases blood sugar and worsens insulin resistance. Poor sleep has the same effect. 4. Overeating and frequent snacking. Constant eating, especially carbs, keeps insulin levels elevated all day, never giving the body a break. So what can we do about it? Here's the good news. You don't need pills to reverse insulin resistance. You need lifestyle changes that are proven by science. 1. Cut back on added sugars and refined carbs. Focus on whole foods, vegetables, lean proteins, nuts, and healthy fats. Replace soda with water or herbal teas. Avoid packaged snacks and baked goods. 2. Practice time-restricted eating, intermittent fasting. Even a 12-hour overnight fast, say from 8 p.m. to 8 a.m., gives your body a break from insulin spikes. 3. Move your body daily. You don't need a gym. A 30-minute walk after meals improves insulin sensitivity significantly. Resistance training, like bodyweight squats, lunges, or using light weights, builds muscle, which helps soak up glucose from the blood. 4. Prioritize quality sleep Aim for 7 to 9 hours of consistent, restful sleep. Turn off screens an hour before bed, keep your room cool and dark, and follow a sleep schedule. 5. Manage stress intentionally. Simple breathing exercises, meditation, prayer, or spending time in nature can lower cortisol and support hormone balance. 6. Check your waist, not just your weight. Waist circumference is a better predictor of insulin resistance than BMI. For men, aim for under 40 inches, 100 cm, or for women, under 35 inches, 88 cm. Let's be clear, this isn't just about avoiding diabetes. It's about protecting your brain, heart, hormones, fertility, energy, and lifespan. In a 2020 global study, insulin resistance was strongly linked to higher risks of cancer, fatty liver, PCOS, polycystic ovary syndrome, and erectile dysfunction. This is not fear, it's awareness. Because once you understand insulin resistance, you can fight it and win. And many are already doing that. In communities around the world, people are returning to ancestral diets, rich in vegetables, fermented foods, and natural fats. They're walking more, gardening, turning off their phones earlier, and sleeping deeper. And they're seeing real results. Weight loss, clearer skin, better moods, more energy, and normalized blood sugar. Insulin resistance thrives in silence. But now you have the knowledge to confront it. The choices you make today, what you eat, how you move, how you sleep, are not small. They are powerful acts of prevention. The body has an incredible capacity to heal, but it needs your help. So take the first step, swap the soda, take a walk, go to bed an hour earlier. Your future self, your healthier, more energetic self will thank you.